Being attractive is more than just your looks. Real presence is felt through all five senses. It's not just about your face, it's about how you smell, how you sound, how you feel, and even how you taste. You need to be a full sensory experience as a woman. If you get every sense right, you become unforgettable. So let's break it down. First, you want to look good because obviously, first impressions start with how you look. This doesn't mean you need to be a model, obviously. It means you need to start looking put together, polished, and intentional. And I think that's one of the biggest mistakes women do. They look like they just grabbed the first thing they saw. They look like they're in a rush. You don't want to look like any of those things. You want to look like, ooh, I see her purse matches her shoes. I see all her jewelries are all gold, so it's all cohesive, if that makes sense. Like, you want to look at someone and it makes sense. Sometimes I go to the gym and I see ladies with like some weird green pants, their leggings, and then they'll have a washed out purple bra and they'll have like a blue scrunchie in their hair. And that screams disorder. It's not eye candy. But when you have a white top, brown pants, white shoes, and a white scrunchie, you look like a chocolate bar. So, if you want to be visually pleasing, first you have to start with grooming. Your skin has to be perfect. That's part of it. And don't get me wrong, I had acne my whole life because I had a stressful life. And I'm gonna go through my skincare routine eventually, but one of the big things that helped my acne was to get the laser. I don't know what it's called exactly, but it's the same laser for hair removal, but it's for acne, and it makes your oil glands smaller. So that's definitely something worth looking into. It cost me $500 in total, and yeah, that changed my life. And for your nails, like for me, when I'm trying to save money, even right now, I'm trying to put like a lot of money aside just to buy like something. Um, right now, I'm trying to save money, and I just paint my nails a clear coat. And there's something you can buy is a nail hardener. So it makes your nail really hard, but it's a clear nail, and it'll stop it from breaking. Because if you're a gym girly like me, I cannot lift a 50 pound in my both hands with nails stabbing my hand, my palm. So I just have a clear gel, and obviously I have a homemade serum, and I just put it on the nail bed and at the bottom. And also, vitamin E in your hand lotion will help you have long natural nails. Obviously, if you're not going to the gym and you're doing like Pilates and stuff like that, just get like acrylics, or you can do gel nails. For me, I get the appeal. It's just I'm trying to save money, and spending $100 every 3 weeks is not my cup of tea right now. Also, for your hair, it should always look clean and cared for. And this is actually a pet peeve of mine. Whenever I see any women with a bun, like it tells everybody that you haven't washed your hair today or the day before. That's the only valid reason why you would do a bun in your hair. So, an easy way to be appealing with your hair, let your hair down. Or do a half up, half down hairstyle, have braids, have a hairstyle. When you have a hairstyle as a woman, you stand out. When I do pigtails or four braids in my hair, I turn heads. They're like, ooh, she looks good. When you have your hair down, don't get me wrong, it's classy, it works every time, but there's no oomph because most people have their hair down all the time. So, again, it's not bad. I do it all the time, I do it for work all the time. But if I do a hairstyle, people talk to me more. They turn their head. At the gym, I get more compliments. Like, if you want to be noticed, definitely do something with your hair. If you just want to look classy and you don't want to stand out that much, just your hair down is fine. It's beautiful. Even my hair being down, it's so funny because one of my friends, she was telling me, girl, she keeps saying I'm light skinned. I'm not light skinned, I'm just mixed. But she always says, oh, light skins, their hair is always done. So even just doing nothing with my hair, it's like she's saying it's always done. But yeah, so obviously you can get your hair like just down, but anyways, so your outfit, it has to flatter your body, and that's another pet peeve of mine. Okay, whenever I see obese women and they have high rise pants, I just know you're trying to hide your stomach fat. Everybody knows. You're not fooling anybody. And also, I have beef, okay, with high rise pants. Like, oh my god, it makes your torso so small. It's not visually appealing at all because I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like your body should be separated by three areas. And when you do high rise pants, your whole body is separate in half. You have your upper body and your legs and lower body, basically. So I think it's, and I'm gonna get some pushback for that. I just know. But whenever I see high rise pants, I think it's not attractive. It's not pleasing to look at. Of course, if you're curvy and you're skinny, it will work. Like when I wear my high rise pants at work with a little heel, it's really cute. It's really like, it's fine. But I think most women, and that's why a lot of models they do this, you look better if you show your entire torso. So that means low rise pants. That's just my preference. Obviously, you don't have to follow it. But yeah, that's just one thing. Anyways, your clothes, it should fit well. It should fit like it just slipped on you. Like it's just so effortless. So you can do that by getting your clothes tailored. And some pieces will cost $5 to $15 to tailor. And once you tailor them, you become obsessed with them. So it becomes almost a staple piece. So I really suggest tailoring your clothes just because it's so cheap and it can make a piece go from alright to wow. Also, you want to be feminine, so V-necks, showing your curves, showing some legs, do something like that, and you'll have a oomph factor. If you're in sweats and a long sleeve and a hoodie, there's no oomph factor. You look like a teenager that doesn't have a lot of money for clothes, so you're just dressing like that. Or you look really comfortable. And if you look comfortable, I'm going to also assume that your lifestyle is comfortable, not in a good way. And also, when you do those little things, like, can we talk about how nice it is when people care about how they're perceived? Like, they go, like, I'm not saying to be a people pleaser. I'm saying, like, some people, they're ready to look nice for others because they're showing appreciation. They're showing how much they care. Just think of all the ladies that they go on dates and they put high heels, even though they're gonna get blemishes. But for the man that is there, they're still showing appreciation because they're willing to put these uncomfortable high heels for him. I think that's definitely something. I think it's nice. It's really cute. It's like a really subtle way to show that you care. Also, you want to have like an elegant body language. Move gracefully, so don't do like abrupt movements and use your hands a lot in like as if they're water. Like move them like smoothly. And also walk with confidence. Don't stomp around. Don't like move like, and it's, I don't want to explain it, but just walk like you're almost hovering. Or move your hips. And I know if you tuck in your stomach, or I guess like suck in your stomach, I don't know how to explain it better. Your hips will naturally go left to right. So that's an easy way to just move your hips without like looking like it's faking it. Like you're just, there's too much movement. If you just tuck in your belly button so it's aligned with your spine, it should just move your hips naturally. Also, obviously, keep your posture straight. So if you have a pelvic anterior tilt or the opposite of that, or you have rounded shoulders, you should look up physicians on YouTube and see the stretches that you can do. If that doesn't work, then go talk to a real one. I did that. I have a pelvic anterior tilt, so it's like my butt is sticking out, and I always have to physically like better my posture. Otherwise, my natural posture is weird. And I went to a physician, and now it's so much better. Also, I didn't realize how much tension I had in my back because I sit a lot for my job. And yeah, it cost me $150, but after insurance, it was like $30. So if you have physio available for your insurance at your job, definitely give it a try. It's life changing. I feel like my hips, they can breathe now. It's weird to explain, but yeah. Also, your facial expressions. I think that's, oh my god, we're still in the look good category, but the facial expression is extremely important. I feel like most women that don't get approached, they have a rest bitch face. There's no nice way to put it. They don't look soft. They look like they're like construction workers at night. They look like they move furniture. They look like they have tension in your face. And when you have a bad resting face like that, it's a reflection of your inside, right? Like it looks like you have like an inner battle right now. So of course you don't look good. You don't look approachable. So, and I've said this in my comments before because someone asked me like how to not have a resting bitch face. Always look like your eyes are surprised, so raise your eyebrows. And if you can, raise your ears as well. It'll give you a nice facelift. And also for your lips, you don't want to just let them drag down. You want to lift them a little bit, like have a little light smile. And it's effortless. So it'll give you a nice lift in your face. It'll look more approachable. Your eyes are more open, so you look more cute and approachable. And if you don't look like you take care of yourself, people will assume that you don't, and it's a very fair assumption. So you can't be soft and feminine if your presence feels rough, chaotic, and neglected. So that's why we had to spend a lot of time on this subject. Your presence should feel effortless, polished, and intentional. And I really want to stress the intentional part because some people, they look like, oh, I just found this on the floor today and I put it on. I couldn't find my other shoes, so I'm just wearing these shoes. Like, it looks messy. Number 2, smell good. So if you smell good, people will remember you. If you smell bad, they'll never forget. Smell is also emotional. A signature scent can make it irresistible and unforgettable. And it's so crazy because for me personally, I make my own perfume. And if people ask, oh, what's your perfume? Then I can just be like, oh, I make it. And also, nobody can imitate my perfume. So I'm the one and only. So I have that specific smell. And I know there's like guys at the office that they just smell so bad because their cologne stink. And I don't even want to be in their presence, if I'm being honest. And it's just gross. So if you want to smell amazing, make sure you shower daily. Don't just freshen up. And I think that's why the guy at the office stinks. I'm pretty sure he just roll out of bed, brushes his teeth, puts some cologne, and then walks out. You actually have to wash yourself. And I'll do a shower routine as well because I think I've mastered mine. So I can probably share it with you guys. Also, invest in a signature scent. So something soft and warm will be your best bet. So think of vanilla. Personally, I don't like fruit smells because it makes you smell like a cleaning product. And yeah, that's not the vibe for me. And I don't like spicy perfume because it almost smells like cologne. So it gives you a masculine energy. That's just my opinion though. But yeah. Also, you can layer your fragrances. So if you want a body wash, a lotion, and a perfume, make sure they all match. A lot of women, like, they have a smell, but you can't even pinpoint what they smell like because it's just so chaotic. So make sure they're all matching. Your body wash, lotion, perfume, hair products, they should all be coconut. They should all be vanilla. So also you can use scented hair mist. And I bought one. It was like vanilla essential oil. And it lasts pretty much all day. But just be careful because if you use products with alcohol, they might dry out your hair. So just be careful with this one. And also take care of your breath. So brush, floss, and use tongue scrapers. Because a bad breath is an instant turn off. When I tell you I talk to people at the office all the time and they have that disgusting coffee breath, I just want to walk away. I'm like, all right, see you. And then they just start talking about something else. And I'm like, oh no. But yeah. And the last one is keep fresh clothes. Don't wear the same sweaty gym hoodie and expect to smell good. Like, I've seen like some people, like, we wear hoodies a lot and they think they have to rewash them like after 3 wears, or bras. Bras, it's so crazy because you need to like wash them at least weekly. If you don't do that, you probably have a weird smell, and also it can cause body acne because your sweat gets stuck there. So make sure you always wash those. And if you smell good, people will associate you with a warmth and comforting smell, or just comfort in general. If you don't, they associate you with disgust, which is exactly how I associate my coworker. He doesn't smell good, and I'm disgusted by him, honestly. So smelling amazing is a non-negotiable. if you can, you should at least shower daily, because when you wake up, you shouldn't go outside without showering. That I can't imagine doing that. That's gross. But also, when you come back, you don't want to go in your bed after spending your whole day outside. So you need to shower twice a day. This is a non-negotiable. If you do less than that, you're either going to bed dirty or you're going outside dirty. That's weird. Oh, and make sure to avoid any product with alcohol in general, because you don't want to be that girl that smells like alcohol throughout the day. Like if it's 2 p.m. and you smell like alcohol, that's not cute, because you want to wear some Bath and Body Works and the only thing that lasts on those perfume is the alcohol part. And also, this is very important, okay? If you can retain one thing in this video, this has to be it. Perfume is meant to be personal. If I walk by you and I smell your perfume and it burns my eyes, you're doing too much. Back in the day, and I still do this by the way, perfume used to be intimate. So if someone hugs you, that's when they could smell it. If they don't hug you, you're not close enough. First of all, they're not close enough physically to you to have that privilege to smell you. Second of all, it's intimate. So it's only for people that get really close physically to you that should smell it. So if you have to spray your perfume more than twice, it means that your perfume is garbage and you should change it. And if you spray it more, despite the fact that it smells after 2 sprays, you're doing too much, it's uncomfortable, you're making people's eyes burn, and when you smell too strong, it's like the first thought people have is, oh, did they not shower so they're compensating? So never do too much with perfume. Number 3, you have to feel good to the touch. So softness is the ultimate feminine trait. Like, if you could describe femininity in one thing, it would be softness. So if your skin is dry, rough, or bumpy, it takes away from your presence. So here's how you're going to fix it. First, you're going to moisturize day and night, so after your shower. So your skin should be soft, not ashy. So what I do, I use a moisturizer, and then I layer with oil on top of that. So a lot of ladies, they wonder how some ladies, they have a really shiny skin. It's just oil. You can put any oil of your choice. I personally use almond oil. You have to also exfoliate twice a week. So dead skin is not cute. Use a scrub, a dry brush, or exfoliating glove. I use gloves personally, and I just put, I like to make my own sugar scrub, but sometimes I'll buy a salt scrub because the salt ones are more abrasive, so they'll remove more dead skin. But sugar ones will leave you softer. But if you have your moisturizer and oil, you can just go for the salt one because your goal is probably just to remove dead skin, especially if you work out. And hydrate your hands. I have hand lotion in my purse. I have hand lotion on my desk. Like every time I wash my hands, you should use moisturizer on your hands every single time. You don't want to touch someone's hand and give a handshake and you have a dry, disgusting hand. Like, especially when you're a woman, the way you handshake men, it's like you just like give like half your hand and they just like do up and down. Like you're trying to be delicate, right? Your skin has to be soft if you're doing that, at least. Also, keep your hair silky. So use oils. I use argan oil and that's it in my hair, like for styling. And sometimes I'll use a leave-in conditioner. It depends. So if it's during winter, I'll do leave-in conditioners more often. But during summer, just argan oil or even nothing, it works. And the reason for that is I do hair masks on the weekend with coconut oil, argan oil, rosemary oil, all that. So I think it maintains a lot of moisture from that. So just argan oil works for me. And also use a silk pillowcase. Otherwise, you'll have friction in your hair when you sleep. And personally, I don't sleep with bonnets anymore because I think it's too tight on my hairline. And I think it low-key makes you lose hair. And I don't even put it that tight, but I think the friction alone, it makes you lose hair. So I given up on bonnets. Also, I think they're ghetto and ugly, so I try to avoid that. So if you're like me, you should definitely get a silk pillowcase and get a real one. They're probably $30, but remember you'll keep it for like 2 years. So don't go for the satin ones because you're just sleeping your face in plastic. It's suffocating. Yes, they feel the same, but they're not the same. And the softer you are, the more inviting you seem. And nobody wants to touch sandpaper skin, dry lips, or brittle hair. Like, if you feel good, people will naturally want to be closer to you. Number four is to sound good. So your voice should be pleasant. The way you speak changes how people perceive you. So first, how to sound feminine and soft is you have to avoid being loud, control your volume. You don't need to overpower the room. Because whenever there's pretty women and they talk really loud, they really look ghetto. They look uneducated. They look ill, you know? So also speak with warmth, and people respond better to kindness than aggression, right? So if you're warm, people love that. And an easy way you can do that is exactly what I'm doing right now, is I'm talking slower. If I talk faster and I'm passionate, that's when I lose my warmth. Also articulate clearly, no mumbling, no slurring. A well-spoken woman is elegant. And even myself, I'm guilty of this because English is not my first language, so I have to learn to articulate better. And yeah, it's just part of the job. Also, lower your pitch slightly. A calm, controlled voice is more attractive than a high pitched squealing. Alright? And don't curse excessively, it ruins your femininity. I don't care about that. Like, sure, you can curse, like, let's say max once a day, but don't do it in public settings. It's just ghetto. So, use a vocal variety, like, speak with rhythms. Don't sound robotic or monotone. And I can confirm that at work, I sound really bubbly and people want to be around me for that reason. So definitely sound like you're excited or smile when you talk. Like even when I was working at a call center at some point for IT, and I was smiling during my call and people were so much more pleasant. They don't see you, but they hear it. So yeah. Anyways, a loud, harsh voice is instantly a turn off. So your voice should be smooth, warm, and controlled. And lastly, taste good. Okay, yes, this matters. I know this is dramatic, but people remember how you taste. This isn't just about kissing. You want to look, sound, like it's like a combination of everything. You want to look like people want to take a bite out of you. That's when you know you're really sexy. But if you want to taste good for kissing, stay hydrated. You don't have a dry mouth, a bad taste. Eat fresh fruits like citrus, pineapple, and berries. They'll improve your taste in your mouth because it helps with bacteria and stuff. Avoid too much coffee, garlic, and onions. You definitely do not want to be the person that smells like coffee breath. That is super nasty. Floss and use mouthwash. Like, remove the food buildup because it can cause bad breath. And I'm saying that because I wear braces, right? So, what I do, I use coconut oil and I just whoosh for 20 minutes. Or, like, I always do it before I shower. So, during my shower, so it depends how long my shower is. But yeah, you should definitely consider using coconut oil as a mouthwash. Also, take care of your lips. So, you should have a lip balm on you 24/7 at your desk, in your purse, in the washroom, everywhere, okay? Because you need hydrated lips. Because if you have dry lips, you don't look kissable. I don't want to take a bite out of you. It's, you know? So take care of your hygiene and everything about you will feel fresh. So, alright, to be the full experience, being attractive is about more than looking good. Remember that. You need to feel like a full sensory experience. Look good, be visually pleasing, clean, and put together. Smell good, have a signature scent, and stay fresh. And I would really recommend making your own perfume. You can make your own signature scent by just looking up a recipe online. That's what I did. And yeah, I have cocoa, vanilla, and cinnamon, and I smell like a bakery. And there's no fun in smelling like everybody else. And not to mention those expensive $100 to $200 perfumes, they use cheap ingredients, so you're not really living the luxury you think you are. Also, you want to feel good, so have a soft skin, smooth hair, and delicate fabrics that make you more inviting. And I think it's important that women wear fabrics that are like feminine, like laces, silk, It makes you look really soft. Don't forget to sound good. A warm, pleasant voice changes how people perceive you. If you're loud and obnoxious, it will put people off. Also, the last one, taste good. So have a fresh breath, good hygiene, and clean habits. And also, and a good rule of thumb is look like someone would want to take a bite out of you. Like, ooh, I want to bite, you know? But yeah, once you master all the five senses, you'll become unforgettable. So, if you like this video, let me know in a comment what you think, or if you have any tips that I missed out, please let us know. And like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.